What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're on episode 9 of season 2, and we are missing 2 people from ECA. So it's just me, Darren. We have JT, and we have Dominic. We are also joined by a very new special guest, Frank from the Geek Freaks Podcast. Their handle on Twitter is at Geek Freaks Pod. But yeah, Frank. So he'll be joining us for this episode. Just him. Do you want to tell a bit about yourself?
Yeah.
All that.
So it's actually, pretty similar to East Coast. We cover just random geek topics every week, kind of cover the news. I find that we kind of lean more gaming and you guys more comic books, if that seems about accurate. But it's pretty similar to what you guys already know. If you guys want to find us, just search Geek Freaks, and we're the one with the colorful logo. There's a couple others that are, real plain and basic. We're the ones that have the best looking high quality images. It's just come find us.
It's colorful. Yeah. I was checking out your most recent episode, the Xbox Game Showcase in Comic-Con from Home.
Oh, that was bad audio.
Somebody mentioned it. I think it was you. It might have been at the beginning of the episode you mentioned it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that. But yeah, you're right about, you guys cover a lot of gaming. And I mean, that's pretty good stuff. We just started to get into that, probably 10 episodes ago because, they released news and specs about the new consoles coming up. So we were like, why not? Because all of us play, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation. So we were like, yeah, let's go ahead and start throwing this stuff in because this is big news. Except Dominic. Dominic's probably the busiest out of all of us, followed by me or JT. But yeah.
Time.
Yeah, exactly. But
yeah, I'm the actual grown up in this group, per se.
Right. Yeah, we have
JT being the oldest, all of us.
Hold on a second.
How old are you, Frank? If you don't mind me asking, just curious.
34, the old man.
No way.
No.
I was gonna say
I was gonna say late 20s.
Yeah.
34. Over the hill. Yeah.
Not as old as JT though. He's like 60.
That's not. It's
from the last episode, I thought he was like in his high 70s, if I remember correctly.
We always forget. So he even forgets his own age. As you get older, you get dementia and amnesia. All the.
You just got to help him out. It's good that you guys are supporting him, though. That's the key.
I know. We always try to support our senior citizens every now and then.
We just don't want him to end up in a nursing home, so we're trying to take care of him as we can.
Yeah, don't put.
Oh yeah.
Don't put me in a nursing home. They got COVID there.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Yeah, that's right. We gotta keep them out.
Gotta keep my old diabetic self. Gotta keep me out of there.
I know you're diabetic and you're old and your knees just not as good as they were. What else you got? Arthritis. You got all this.
Alzheimer's.
Surprised you're not in the wheelchair at this point.
What if JT forgot that he had Alzheimer's and remembers everything?
I hope everyone listening and watching this is seeing the abuse that I get.
This is not abuse. This is the truth.
Terrible abuse.
If you're watching or listening, hashtag stop JT abuse.
All right, like that's going to become trending.
It will. And you know what? It'll get so trending that I'll finally get Brie Larson to tweet about it.
Oh wow! Okay, that would be a dream to see.
Just mention Metroid. She'll be all over it. She's crazy for Metroid right now.
Fine by me.
It would be a good choice someday. I saw that Boss Logic image of her.
Yeah.
Her as a Samus or Metro, excuse me. But yeah, I think she would be a good choice for it.
Yeah. I like her. I disliked her as Captain Marvel so much that it kind of slowed me down a bit. She had no emotions, and I was like, I get it that you got to be the military trained Captain Marvel, but she was so bad at it that I was like, oh my God, this is almost unwatchable. I was like, thank God we got Samuel L. Jackson saving this because otherwise I don't know what I'd be doing. The cat was a better actor.
Oh, you just offended JQ with that.
I like her and everything else. It's just maybe my expectations were too high, but I was just like, man, no emotion. I mean, no Oscars going home. Yeah, there's something else.
Well, Darren, what kind of topics do we have today, Darren?
Yeah. There we go.
We'll go and hop into some topics. We got, for our Marvel news, we have a rumor to start off. Actor Haley Steinfeld. Is it Steinfeld or Seinfeld?
It's Steinfeld, actually.
Steinfeld. Yeah, it's not the show. It's not the
show. Haley Steinfeld has been cast to play the role of Kate Bishop in the upcoming Hawkeye Disney Plus show. Mm-hmm. I know we mentioned that as a rumor as well. I think it was last season. It was a while ago.
Oh, yeah, it was like way back when we first started out.
Yeah, it was like, oh, fans would love to see Haley Steinfeld, play Kate Bishop, but I don't think it was ever like. But now, since this is rumors like resurfacing, it could be considered by the studios that are going to be making that Hawkeye show.
Now, from my understanding, it kind of resembles the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus show that we're getting. It's kind of like, is it happening? Is it not happening? Is it happening? Oh, it is happening, but not for a while. But we don't know yet. So basically, a couple months ago when we announced that, Haley was going to sign on to be Kate Bishop as Hawkeye, or as Kate Bishop. She basically, that was a rumor. Then it came out to say that she even herself said, I have had no contact with Marvel Studios about this. This is not true. And then everybody was like, okay, well, who are they going to do it? So they delayed tapings and they delayed, shootings for the show. And then now, from all accounts that I've read, it is a 99%, done deal. They just got to get the numbers on the contract done, and she is signing her name to be Kate Bishop in the next series. Sure. So, I don't know. Honestly, I'll just leave it at this. I'm excited for it because it's going to introduce us to a new character. But other than that, I'm not really looking forward to the Disney Plus show. I don't know why. It introduces us to a new character, like I mentioned. But other than that, I don't really find it. I don't see where the entertainment or the value will come from it, because Hawkeye has pretty much played out his role in the MCU.
Right. Yeah, I get that, because WandaVision, they're still somewhat fresh. They came in phase 2, so they're somewhat newer, and Hawkeye's a good guy. He's a great person. He's a lovable character, but I think Maximoff and Vision himself are more lovable characters. People have grown to like them a lot more, and they're kind of like fan favorites. So that show would be a lot more, I guess you could say, prominent or a lot bigger, maybe on its release rather than the Hawkeye.
Yeah.
But who knows?
So.
But did you guys have any thoughts about that? Anything?
Well, I'm really wanting I'm thinking Young Justice. That's not right. So like Young Avengers, where we get Ironheart. Man, I'm dying for Ironheart. Let's get Kate Bishop. Let's get this like new generation that can have their own series, can be a lot more lighthearted. We can get these moments where maybe during a big Avengers film, or whatever, we have, oh, hey, here comes the young team jumping in. That's some of my favorite things is when you have like Teen Titans helping out the Justice League.
Yes, I love that.
You're right. So they're really these cool moments. And then you always have these situations where like Robin's proving himself to Batman, stuff like that. So you could really have these dynamics which work really well in the MCU that are tailor-made for family units. So you could have these father-son, father-daughter, mother, all these relationships being mirrored to those who are watching it. I think it's perfect. So right. I'm not necessarily excited for anything more Hawkeye. He's coming to the new Avengers game. We just got that today. But so it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, if this is what it takes for us to get more of like the younger crew in there, which I think is what we need to keep this thing going longer, that and changing up the genre within the Marvel MCU, let's do it. Let's get it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say too that I think they've already been like taking small steps on setting up the Young Avengers or the Champions if they want to go down that route. Because we are, like you said, we're getting the new Hawkeye with Kate Bishop. We're getting Ms. Marvel. We're probably going to get Wanda and Vision's kids in WandaVision. And then we already got Ant-Man's daughter in the MCU at this point. We just haven't seen her become Stature yet. So they're already putting like these little Easter eggs that's going to set up the Young Avengers team at some point, whether it be like, 3 years from now or 5 or 10 years down the line. It's probably going. I think it's probably going to come sooner than we think. Absolutely. So we already have all these little seeds that have already been planted, and we're just waiting on them to sprout at this point. But then going back to the Hawkeye show in itself, I guess I'm on the same page with all y'all on like the excitement and leading up to the show. I guess, like y'all said, Hawkeye did serve his role in the MCU in the movie franchise. I guess with him coming into, the Disney Plus universe and his story is pretty much already complete. It's just like, you know, we're not excited for the show as we are with the others, like WandaVision and then Falcon and Winter Soldier. And then, of course, I know a lot of people don't, well, I won't say a lot, probably like a good amount of people don't like Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. So I know kind of like that steam has fallen off the boat, you know, in recent times. But I'm still going to look at it regardless because at this point. So I'm going to still watch it. I'm going to still give it my support. I'm going to give them streams. So I'm going to watch it. I can't wait to see where they take it towards to.
Good stuff.
That's true.
All right. Well, we got some news next. Just some short and sweet news. Spider-Man 3 has been delayed until December 2021. It was originally planned to be released in November of next year, but it's just thrown off by a month, so it's not really the worst. I mean, we've waited months on end for Black Widow already, so 1 month's not going to hurt us for next year.
I think COVID has literally just taken everybody and said, now this is what patients look like.
Right. Yeah.
Take it as it is and be happy that you're getting it. So, I mean, I also, I did want to say this. There's a lot of speculation between, between New Mutants coming out on video on demand or Disney Plus because of all the delays. They have actually come out with a statement that said the reason they will not put it on video on demand or Disney Plus is because in the contract that they signed with Fox, they promised and they sealed a theater release of the movie. So no matter how long we wait, we have to get it on in theaters before we get it on anything else. So for everyone that's listening and watching this, unfortunately, we have to get New Mutants in theaters before we can get it anywhere else because it is in the contract. So there's your answer for all of you who are curious about that.
So 2021 is when we'll see it in theaters. God willing.
So we're all dead.
Let's not say that. Let's keep the faith.
All right.
Faith in Jesus.
Hey,
and science.
Bringing it back. But anywho, our next news, we have, this one, I think this kind of had me intrigued. Captain Marvel 2 will have Miss Marvel in it along with other characters and will also adapt the Secret Invasion storyline. Now, we all know from Season 1 of East Coast Avengers podcast, we've been mentioning Secret Invasions and the Secret Wars, this and that, and just potential, roads the MCU could actually go down. And having this, there as good news, I'm not sure, JT, MCU Direct, someone on Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I figured. That's some good stuff, though. Like, that's definitely something to look forward to because, for the people that did like Captain Marvel, JT was one of them. I thought it was decent, but I'm like in the middle between JT and you, Frank. I agreed with what you said about no emotions, but that's another story. But Captain Marvel,
I can get into that. I
know.
Well, let's get into it. I want to hear this.
Okay, so you're gonna have. Okay, listen.
I'm in the gray area.
Listen, if I brainwash you, Dom, or Frank, or Darren, if I brainwash you, and I have for the last 6-7 years of your life have taught you nothing but one thing, and that is to be a warrior and fight in this ongoing war. When you go back to the world that you are in, you're gonna have no emotion because you don't know anything other than that. You're going to that is the role, and it came out of Brie Larson's mouth that the reason she has no emotion, the reason that she has and shows no emotion is because she has literally been brainwashed for seven years on another planet to fight this war that she has no business in fighting in. Yeah. But she got hit by the Tesseract. She lost all of her consciousness. She lost her memory basically, and it had to be basically re-put in. Those memories had to be put back in her head. So yes, you're gonna have no. I get it. From a viewer standpoint, you want to have your characters have emotion. You want to have happy-go-lucky, fighting. Like I get that. Like I really do. I wish there was more emotion in it too. But once I read and I heard that the reasoning behind her acting the way she was, it made more sense to me. I was like, that does make sense. Because you got to think about it. When Vietnam vets or people who are in the war, when they come back, they are like, I know my cousin served in the war, and he literally came back and he was like, Like nothing fazed him, no emotions whatsoever, because they're drilling that into her brain. So I can understand that, but as a viewer, yes, I can get the reasoning behind not having, any emotion. I can get it.
Yeah. You're totally correct too. You're totally correct. And the military training specifically, that as well adds to it as well.
Right.
I know some military guys, and that's taught to them. They have to have that stoic emotion. My only problem, and Captain Marvel, great movie. It definitely sets up some amazing things as we're talking about now. But the thing is the key with Captain Marvel is her evolution back into humanity, and it feels like she didn't show that well enough. When she started to see her friend and the kid and everything like that, it should kind of start firing on all cylinders. It like, I'm back, I'm a human again. Like just a spark of that. And I feel like Brie Larson didn't do a good enough job showing her slow change into humanity, where she's willing to defend Earth instead of just, I'm a visitor still. I don't know. I think in the next film, when they kind of let her go loose a little more, she's going to do great. I just think in this one, it was important for the actor to be able to, first off, before the hit, she should show like she's lively. She's, Tom Cruise in Top Gun. And then by the end of the movie, she should be kind of showing that's coming back a little bit. Like she's coming back to her old self. And I felt like we didn't get that transition as well.
I do think it also puts a hindering on her that like before she even filmed this, like, any of those scenes in that movie, she was already doing in-game stuff. So it's kind of like
that's totally true.
She doesn't know her character yet. So like I can kind of put a knock on like Marvel for that. Like it's kind of not fair. Like if I gave Dom the role of, Human Torch in the next Fantastic Four, but I was like, hey, before you even know what this character is like, you're gonna have to do scenes of him in this new in the scenes in this new movie. So it's like don't get high.
Excellent point.
Yeah. So,
but that's you guys play good points. I like both sides.
Look at you defending Brie Larson. Sound like a Nicki Minaj stand when they defend Nicki Minaj.
Look. We're comparing apples to trash.
I'm comparing fans to fans, and you're a fan of Brie Larson just like they're fans of Nicki Minaj. So you're defending Brie Larson. They're defending Nicki Minaj. They're pretty much the same thing.
Gosh, nobody mentioned Cardi B. I'm talking about Nicki Minaj.
We're not going to trash Cardi B. We're not going to trash Nicki Minaj. Now going back to Captain Marvel with Ms. Marvel. I am very happy that Ms. Marvel will be in Captain Marvel too.
Good save. But yes, no. We did mention this last episode that we will see Miss Marvel in something before her show. Now, I'm probably wrong, but Miss Marvel and then Captain Marvel 2 are which one's first? I want to say
it's Captain Marvel 2.
Okay, so then that may be what they were alluding to was
you're talking about movie wise, right?
Well, I mean, because remember in the report we had last week, Miss Marvel will be appearing in something else before her show.
Right, because they don't even have a date for Ms. Marvel shows yet.
We
I can remember.
Right. What's coming first, like Captain Marvel 2 movie or Miss Marvel appearing? Yeah. I would say Miss Marvel, since she's going to be in another show. And then that's just that'll be like a soft intro before her actual show. And then I'm sure because Captain Marvel 2 is not even slated for Phase 5. They didn't introduce it last SDCC.
No, it's going to be July 2022.
Oh wait, did they mention it this SDCC? I was working, I wasn't.
No, they've already set their dates
for Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Captain Marvel.
Yeah, but I think Captain Marvel will probably be Phase 5 because they already announced like Black Panther 2 and Blade and those movies, so those might be actual Phase 5 movies, even though we still have dates.
After Black Widow, this is Black Widow's not even like.
I don't even count that as Phase 4. It's just like the same thing with
it's anonymous. It's like just a miscellaneous movie.
It's just like here.
Yeah, take this. We're gonna move on to Phase 5. First one to Phase 5 is Eternals, correct?
No, Phase 4 is Eternals.
Eternals, yes.
You said Phase 5.
Eternals is finishing up Phase 4. I totally forgot that.
Oh wow! No, remember Black Widow is beginning Phase 4. I think the end of Phase 4 is Thor: Love and Thunder, if I'm correct.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I remember.
It's all confusing because COVID. So that's all.
Well, yeah, it messed everything up. Yeah,
something ain't adding up right.
I know.
Right now, Ultron's looking pretty easy compared to COVID. So
exactly. Exactly.
Let's see, what else? Should we go ahead and hop into the DC news, or did anybody else have anything to say about Captain Marvel 2?
Oh, did we even talk about like the secret invasion part of the news?
No, I totally forgot about that.
I know. I was like, oh, I think we're forgetting something.
We went on that Captain Marvel rant, and then we started yeah, so let's see. It'll adapt in the Secret Invasion storyline. So that probably won't introduce characters just at the beginning, but it'll probably, like it said in the notes, you know.
Do you think? I mean, honestly, do y'all think this will be the introduction of the Fox like branded names like X-Men and Fantastic Four?
They said 5 years. X-Men and they said X-Men for sure is going to be 5 years.
This could definitely be the introduction of the Fantastic Four. We haven't had a
Fantastic Four for sure.
That's so odd though to put them in a Fantastic. I mean, to put the Fantastic Four in the Captain Marvel 2 movie because yes, I know that one of their main villains is the Super Skrull. Now we haven't even got a mention of him yet, and you know, there's not even like a hint of him in Captain Marvel. So I think they probably want to save that to like later down the line because Captain Marvel doesn't do it with the Super Skrull. That's all Fantastic Four.
But what I feel like this is going to do is I do have a strong feeling that we're going to see like a disconnect between the Skrull and the humans, saying like, you know, like I feel like Talos and Nick Fury are going to get into some big argument or whatever, and then Talos is going to be like, all right, you want to have war? Here's our war.
Person, JT, what do you mean?
Well, remember, Nick Fury is on the sword, in space. So
the scroll ship, but
yes. So therefore, you never know. I mean, I just know that you're going to start seeing a turn of Skrull. Like you're going to see in the wrestling world, the wrestling term, the Skrull are going to turn heel on the humans, and that is when we're going to introduce, you know, I can just see a scene where like Captain Marvel is like Carol Danvers is on Earth, and she's talking to Miss Marvel or whatever, Kamala Khan, and they're just kind of like, she's signing an autograph, and then she looks over and she sees like Iron Man walk by, or she sees like Bruce Banner walk by, and she's like, hold on 1 second, Kamala, and then she like walks over there and it's a Skrull, and then I don't know, I can just imagine that something like that happening.
You know why I else think might happen in the movie? A reintroduction of the Inhumans. Because remember, Kamala is an Inhuman.
Yes, she is.
She got her powers by the Terrigen Mist. So will this be like a reboot of the Inhumans? Because remember, we got that god-awful show back, 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Vincent Mount.
Yeah. Shield actually introduced the Inhumans before we even got the show, but they kind of swept it off their slate.
We know they're there.
Show.
We know they're there, so like.
Yeah, we know they're here. We know they're here, so yeah, I feel like this might be maybe a reintroduction to the Inhumans for this movie, a smaller reintroduction.
They could also use this because right now we have, you know, swords being developed right now, and it's the MCU, so you really can't use comic rules, but we could have a thing where like, oh yeah, let's just get the brightest minds on Earth to help us with this. I know this one doctor, Reed Richards, he could help us out with this whole thing. And then it kind of slowly gets us introduced into the family before they become the Fantastic Four. And it could be kind of like, I can't remember his name, but the guy that leads, you know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that was on all the Avengers. It could kind of be that little, like, he's a side character, then all of a sudden he's a main character. I don't know. It'd be a way to slowly work in the Fantastic Four before we really get everybody.
Yeah.
I'm so anxious for Fantastic Four. I want it back.
Look, I'll always stick with my theory or like my little idea. Introduce them in Black Panther 2 in like a post-credit scene. That way, that's a nod to where Fantastic Four introduced Black Panther in the comics, and Black Panther just returned the favor and introduced them into the MCU. That's my idea. And if I see it in theaters when Black Panther 2 comes out, Marvel better run me my coin. That's all I gotta say.
They're gonna in the credits. It's gonna have no name. Dominic Middleton's not gonna be on there. You're just gonna get up and walk out. I'm through with them. Flips over a table.
Comes back tomorrow and sees it again.
Yeah, exactly.
has the wig and like a long like walks in.
Big old glasses.
Man,
but
well, Yeah, you guys about said everything. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I agree pretty much everything. Bringing Fantastic Four in and all that. But we'll go ahead and hop into some DC news. We just have one thing. I don't know if anyone else has anything, but what I noticed, and most of us did, the news for the new Batman, Death in the Family interactive movie. That's, honestly, I forgot when that's coming out. I forgot to write it down. When is that coming out?
I just had it pulled up on my phone. Give me just 1 second.
As he's finding that, how cool is it to have a interactive movie of a superhero? That's really dope, honestly.
Yeah. An animated movie too. It's so
Animated,
good.
yeah.
It's such a good film.
That is really cool. You have the fact that they have to film all of these scenes and then just like, I mean, it's kind of like outtakes. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they film all these other scenes and then it gets cut.
Just add it in. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I know we talked about it before the podcast, but like they're the one like picture or the in the trailer that it showed was it said like, do you want to save Robin, have Robin die, or whatever? And we were like, see you, Robin, you're dead. Like,
exactly.
like,
Joker
Adios.
left him in that factory, and then Batman was doing something else, and Robin was like trying to investigate that plant, and then Joker just happened to be there. Robin was dying, and like by the time Joker left, there's explosives about to blow, and Batman was running, and I saw the little picture on the screen, or the little question had 3 things. It was like save Robin, take your time and wait or something. I forgot what the middle one was, but the next one was like go for Joker. And I was like, oh shoot, like these are already good questions. What do I want to do? I was like, I know what's gonna happen, so let me go ahead and go for Joker because I knew Robin was gonna die like he did. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be cool because Christian actually showed me this film and it was really good. And DC animated films are amazing.
Oh yeah.
And they're top tier for animated films, definitely. But I'm looking forward to this having an interactive movie because I think the last one that I actually did it was actually on Netflix. There's 2. So I watched Black Mirror, Bandersnatch. That was a really good one. And then there was another one. It was Bear Grylls. It was like the Man versus Wild thing, but you make the decisions like if he crosses this wooden bridge or whatever. But interactive things are so much fun. Like you get to choose it, and it's straight from your remote or controller, whatever you're using. So having this, and most likely going to be on a streaming service, I think that's going to be really cool. Just choosing their fate, and then all these additional scenes. It's like an extended edition of a movie with questions. Yeah. I think it's going to be good.
And it releases this fall in 2020. So no exact date, but it's going to release later this year.
Good stuff.
No delays.
Yeah, hopefully.
So far. Hopefully.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly. Okay, so on to some Star Wars news. Disney has pushed back the release of all scheduled Star Wars books by 1 year, which is honestly, I mean, it's kind of obvious.
It is what it is.
Like so many things. So the Mandalorian season 2 is still scheduled for October 2020, which is staying as is. The Bad Batch is for 2021. We talked about that, I think, the last episode or the episode prior to that. No, it was the episode prior to that. Yes. And then Cassian Andor, which was from last episode we talked about, that's coming out in 2021. No exact dates just yet, I guess. I'm not sure.
These are the ones that are getting pushed back a year because Cassian Andor was supposed to come out in 2020. Obi-Wan Kenobi was, I think.
Okay. 2021. Yeah, that's going back to 2022. And then the 3 Untitled films are, 2023, 25, and 27.
Taika Waititi is directing those. So
I remember that, definitely.
I'm cool with that. Honestly, I would actually, if it were up to me, I'd push them back another couple more years on the Star Wars films. We need a breather. We need to almost forget the old ones just so we can kind of go in fresh. I trust Taika Waititi 100%. I know he's going to do great, but just give us a little bit of time to separate the two.
Exactly.
Don't erase the old stuff. Just give us some fresh ones.
Now, you know what it feels like to me, Frank? It feels like the last 3 that we just got, the Skywalker saga, was kind of like the Fan 4 stick in 2015 that we don't like to talk about. Yeah. So now is a perfect time to introduce the 2000s Fantastic Four because that's the last time we saw them.
It's it's like 2025. I think if it comes out that first one, we're all kind of hyped. We just been watching the new X-Men and stuff like that. We're kind of in that era. I'm imagining. Perfect time to put out a new Star Wars, a whole new era.
Exactly. Now, see, in my opinion, when we're pushing back these dates, what gets me really hyped about this is I know in my head that 2022 and on is going there. Those years are going to be some amazing movies.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, COVID had to push back those, but we're getting these movies and they're going to be amazing.
It's
so
definitely worth the wait.
We talked about it last episode, but like literally in 2021 into 2022, we're going to get a Marvel movie almost every month, or a superhero movie almost every month, which is, I love that.
Yeah, for sure.
My wallet doesn't love it.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Make sure you get your wallet situation straight.
Yeah. Open up a savings account now. So what do you guys think about it almost being kind of with like what I was saying with the Star Wars movies? There is no good thing about this whole delay system, but there might be this part where like maybe people are thinking twice about their projects, because there was this moment where we're kind of getting a movie all the time and they just kind of feel like they're maybe a little rushed. Oh, Ant-Man 2 could we use this and stuff like that, where if everybody's taking one additional year, I mean, the guys writing the scripts and stuff like that, they're at home with those scripts. Maybe they're like, this could do some fine tuning. We might actually get the best Marvel we've ever gotten out of this delay, just because it's, and hopefully Disney learns from this, like, hey, we don't necessarily need you to rush, just nail it. And so this might be beneficial in one very small way,
Yeah,
absolutely. For sure.
I mean, I mean, you nailed it right on the point. Like, you just watch the screen, just watch the film. I know we'll talk about this when we go over our Comic-Con, kind of experience. But the director for New Mutants actually said that he's seen the movie at least 4 times, and he thinks that it's the best that it can be. Again, are we hyped about it? Are we excited about it?
But it still could be a good movie.
We don't know, because we have waited so long for this movie to come out. But again, we'll mention it. They showed 2 minutes of the movie. I thought it looked great.
It did.
I mean, I thought it looked really good. Fast-paced, a lot of action that they showed. I mean...
And I didn't watch it. I didn't have a chance.
Bro,
it's good.
It is
horror in there. I liked it.
I know. I remember I was working at a movie theater when this original trailer first came out. The one they have now. But this was in fall of 2018, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it was 2018. They had a poster. We had a poster for the movie. And it was like, oh yeah, coming out November, whatever, for 2018. I saw the film or the trailer, and I was like, okay, this is kind of creepy. It had Jonathan from Stranger Things. He was one of the characters, and he was walking up to like a washing machine. I was like, okay, this has some really dark vibes. What movie is this going to be? And it said The New Mutants, and it showed Marvel. I'm like, all right, hold on, like something's not right. I was just so curious, I was lost, and then it just never happened. I never looked into it to see why it was delayed or what the issue was. But now that we're kind of more into the movies and the release dates, it's figured out, like, what the heck's going on. They need to just release this thing already. We've waited so long. It's been, coming in the fall, it'll be 2 years that we've waited. Kind of sucks, and we've all lost that, like, hype. But I think after I watched this 2 minutes, I mean, I'm still ready for it. I think I haven't lost hope. I've just lost the hype, but I think it'll be fun. A good movie.
I've said from the get-go, I just want this movie because it's Marvel content. That's it.
That too. That's a big thing. We haven't had Marvel content in a year. It's been exactly a year. Like a year and like 3 weeks since Far From Home.
Got the withdrawals.
Exactly. I can't tell you how many times I've started an MCU marathon.
Yeah, I'm actually on it right now. So are you, JT, right? What movie are you on?
I can't remember.
I'm on Homecoming.
Okay.
So I haven't seen it yet, but I'm watching it with my parents. But yeah, so that'll be fun. But anyways, okay, so Dom, you gonna take it from here?
Sure. So,
all right.
JT, we won on this again. So The Boys, as of course, is coming out with their second season on September 4th of this year. We got a little bit of a clip this past weekend.
Great clip.
And The Boys, they're about to go, into battle and whatnot. It's a crazy clip, so you guys got to watch it for yourself to see how crazy it is. But September 4th is the season 2 premiere day. And then they also announced that they are in development for season 3. So, of course, we haven't seen how season 2 is going to play out, but they already announced season 3. Just like they did last year when it first premiered with season 1, then I already said there's already season 2 in the making. It just shows that, I guess it just shows how great of a show it is in general.
Yeah.
So my my little promo out there to them. You know, if you guys haven't seen The Boys, go get an Amazon Prime account if you don't have one, and just go watch it, or bootleg it if you have to. Just go and watch it because it's a pretty great show.
I'll do it for you. East Coast Avengers does not endorse bootlegging anything. Make sure you guys pay good money for it.
Yes, pay your money.
Yeah.
Pay your money to go see it or watch it. No, I personally, I was watching the panel when they were kind of introducing and everything, and the clip that they showed was great. I thought it just fits the show. It's the fact that they're having a third season before the second season even comes out just tells you that they know their content and they know they're gonna, continue with this great show that they're having, and B, they're listening to their fans because the fans have absolutely loved this show.
That's a big thing, with a big fan base, especially having a good show that's new and fresh, announcing that and just keeping your fans just as hyped as when the season came out. Stranger Things did the exact same thing. So they had season 1, they had a break. Season 2, they had a break. Season 3 came out, and the week it released, they already announced season 4, right? But I was trying to think it was like a hoax. I was like, I don't want to listen to that, just in case the season ended on a cliffhanger, which it did with Hopper dying. And it's just like, man, you already know season 4 is coming, but you'd want a season 4. But like, if they left it there, man, and not knowing there's a 4th season, that's. Whew. But that's good though that they like actually announced it prior to the new season coming out.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's pretty good stuff.
Right.
What do you have?
Only things that I can kind of tell without giving away what season 2 is we're getting a lot of in-depth on each character, a lot of combinations that we wouldn't be expecting from characters, and we are introducing a new character, so that is always fun. I believe she's going to be added to the 7. So,
because remember the other one got killed.
Translucent.
Yeah,
that was a great clip, by the way. When they introduced a new character, I liked it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So again, ECA doesn't recommend you bootlegging, but we do recommend you going and watching it. Literally, I binge watched this at work one day, and I was hooked from the minute I watched it. So go watch it.
I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, what do we have next, Tom?
All right, so next, I won because my prayers have been answered on this one. For my Sonic the Hedgehog fans out there, if you guys have seen the movie that came out this past year,
I have not.
We are finally, and you should go watch it. We are finally getting a Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It was confirmed by Ben Schwartz himself, who is the voice of Sonic in the movie. He said that this movie will be coming out in 2022. And I'm guessing the same cast from the first film, such as Jim Carrey, James Marsden, Tika Sumpter will come back in this film. And also how the first film kind of like set up for a sequel, because, spoiler alert, we got introduced to Tails in the post-credit scene. Jackie, you should have covered your ears. Yes, we did get introduced to Tails in the post-credit scene, so that definitely was everybody was asking, when is Sonic the Hedgehog 2 coming out? So Ben Schwartz confirmed to himself that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 will be coming out in 2022, and I believe the month is April, I believe.
Yeah, April 8th is when it's slated.
April 8th.
So, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, be on the lookout for that.
Cross your fingers, no delays.
Very good. The first movie was surprisingly good, and that's another one.
I loved it.
You guys check it out. Really good soundtrack, amazing design, and that's one of those. Like we were speaking to before. That's a really good example of a movie. Go out and find a way to pay for it if you can afford to, because that team went through and actually changed Sonic completely through the whole movie, and for the way better. It looks fantastic now compared to the original thing. So go out there and support them. I mean, what great effort they did. It was a really fun movie to watch, set up a good world. And there is a small teaser for Knuckles in there, too, in the early part. You remember how they had a bunch of little Knuckles walking around? I was like, that's my boy. I love Knuckles.
I know. I love Knuckles so much. I was like,
you guys got to go watch it.
So I was like, if they tease Tails in that post teaser, they got to bring in Knuckles at some point. Bring in the whole family if you want to. Bring in bring in, oh my God.
What's the fishing cat? What's his name?
I know, I'm trying to think of his name. Oh my God.
It's like super easy too.
I was like, bring in Shadow, bring in Rogue.
Oh, Shadow's so awesome.
Like, I'm thinking back to the Sonic Heroes game at this point because I'm like,
I'm going Sonic Adventures, and I'm like, okay, I remember being the fat cat. I just can't remember what he was.
I know you talking about the big cat, right?
He's awesome. Yeah.
I know. I cannot remember his name for the life of me.
But check that first movie out. Was very well done. Yeah, 100% suggest it. Yeah.
I will go watch it.
All right,
watch it, even though you got spoiled.
Okay.
So for our next topic. We actually just got some nominations in yesterday for the 72nd Emmy Awards. So I have a list of all the major categories that we care about. I mean, we care about the others, but these are like the major categories.
I remember when the first Emmys came out.
Oh, of course you do. Oh, ain't that nice? What did you go? Or did you watch it on the black and white screen?
I was invited.
There.
Oh.
I was.
Yeah, he went for his 31st birthday. Yeah.
Oh,
JT.
I did. They accent that. You know, it's funny because they won't tell you this, but the first slip up was actually the first Emmys, and they actually gave me the nomination.
Okay, so I see that his what you call the dementia has come back. So going on to the nominations. So for best comedy series, we have Curb Your Enthusiasm, Dead to Me, The Good Place, Insecure, The Kaminsky Method, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Schitt's Creek, and What We Do in the Shadows. Limited series, Little Fires Everywhere, thank God. Mrs. America, Unbelievable, Unorthodox, and Watchmen. And I will say, Watchmen is leading this year's nominations. They have a total of 26 nominations.
Wow.
26 nominations. And for Best Drama Series, Better Call Saul, or Sal, however you say it, The Crown, The Handmaid's Tale, Killing Eve, Ozark, Stranger Things, Succession, and as a surprise to myself and possibly other people, The Mandalorian, which gives Disney Plus one of their first Emmy nominations ever. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually win.
What category? Like what's Stranger Things under as well?
Yeah, Stranger Things Best Drama Series.
Oh man,
it's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. And then for Best Television Movie, we have American Son, Bad Education, Dolly Parton's Heartstrings, These Old Bones, El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Kimmy versus the Reverend. So those are all of like the shows and movies who have been nominated. For actresses and actors, lead actress in a drama series, we have Olivia Colman, The Crown, Jodie Comer, Killing Eve, Laura Linney, Ozark, Sandra Oh, Killing Eve, my girl Jennifer Aniston, The Morning Show, and big shout out to this nominee right here. We know her as Mary Jane or MJ from the Spider-Man film series, but Zendaya has been nominated for a lead actress nominee in Euphoria, which gives her her very first Emmy nomination. And I just want to say, Zendaya, if you're listening, I'm very, very proud of you. Look at that glow up. Look at from where you come from, girl. Proud of you. Lead actor in the drama series, Jason Bateman for Ozark, Sterling K. Brown for This Is Us, Steve Carell, The Morning Show, Brian Cox, Succession, Billy Porter, Pose, and Jeremy Strong, Succession.
Oof, that's
lead actress in the comedy series, Christina Applegate, Dead to Me, Rachel Brosnahan, excuse me if I messed that up, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Linda Cardellini, who we might know as Velma from the Scooby-Doo movies, or Hawkeye's wife in Age of Ultron, Dead to Me, Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek, Issa Rae, Insecure, and Tracy Ellis Ross for Blackish. Lead actor in the comedy series, Anthony Anderson, Blackish, Ted Danson, The Good Place, Eugene Levy, Schitt's Creek, Rami Youssef, Rami, our very own War Machine, Don Cheadle, Black Monday, and our very own Dr. Hank Pym, Michael Douglas, The Kaminsky Method. And of course, we gotta go with lead actress in a limited series or movie. Kate Blanchett, our very own Hella, Mrs. America, Shira Haas, Unorthodox, Octavia Spencer, Self-Made, Life of Madam C.J. Walker, Kerry Washington, Little Fires Everywhere, and of course, Regina King for Watchmen. And lead actor in the limited series or movie, Jeremy Irons, Watchmen, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, Bad Education, Paul Mescal, Normal People, Jeremy Pope, Hollywood, and Mark, I'm going ahead and claim it right now. Mark Emmy Ruffalo for I Know This Much Is True. If you guys haven't seen that show, I Know This Much Is True, please watch it because that is one of Mark Ruffalo's best performances that he's ever given in his career.
That's the one with where he has a twin, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's on HBO.
What's it called?
I Know This Much Is True.
And that's with Mark Ruffalo. It's about a twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about a story of these two twin brothers and their lives with each other. So it's a really emotional story.
That's ironic because that's with an MCU actor. There's a Netflix original show called Living with Yourself with Paul Rudd, and basically goes to like.
I remember that.
It's crazy. That's like just like the Mark. I'll have to check out the Mark Ruffalo thing.
No, it's good, but it's so emotional. Let's see what we got next. Supporting actress in a drama series, Helena Bonham Carter in The Crown. Laura Dern. Say that again.
It's Helena Bonham Carter.
Helena, excuse me.
You remember she plays Bellatrix in Harry Potter?
Yeah, I was going to say Bellatrix too in Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. Laura Dern in Big Little Lies. Julia Gardner in Ozark. Sandy Newton, Westworld. Fiona Shaw, Killing Eve. Sarah Snook, Succession. Meryl Streep, Big Little Lies, and Samira Wiley, The Handmaid's Tale. Supporting actor, in the drama series. Nicholas Braun, Succession. Billy Crudup, The Morning Show. Kieran Culkin, The Succession. Mark Duffus, The Morning Show. Giancarlo Esposito, Better Call Saul. Matthew McFadden, Succession. Bradley Whitford, The Handmaid's Tale. And Jeffrey Wright for Westworld. And then we have supporting actress in the comedy series, Alex Borstein, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Darcy Carden, Good Place, Betty Gilpin, Glow, Mary Hinkle, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Kate McKinnon, Saturday Night Live, Annie Murphy, Schitt's Creek, Yvonne Orji, Insecure, and Cicely Strong, Saturday Night Live. Supporting actor in the comedy series, Mahershala Ali, R. Blade, or what was his name in Luke Cage? I cannot remember his name.
Cottonmouth.
Thank you.
He's so good in that. Yeah.
I know.
He's in Alita too. He's real good in Alita as well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that too.
Have y'all seen the movie Green Book?
Not yet.
The movie Green Book and then Moonlight.
Moonlight too. Yeah, those are both really good movies.
Mm-hmm. Alan Arkin and the Kaminsky Method. Andre Braugher, if I say his last name right, I probably didn't. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Sterling K. Brown, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. William Jackson Harper in The Good Place. Daniel Levy in Schitt's Creek. Tony Shalhoub. I said that right. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and Kenan Thompson, Saturday Night Live. And then, forgive me, I got a few more to go. Foreign actress in a limited series or movie. Uzo Aduba, Mrs. America. Toni Collette, Unbelievable. Margot Martindale in Mrs. America. Jean Smart in Watchmen. She was very good in. Holland Taylor, Hollywood. Tracy Ullman, Mrs. America. Supporting actor in the limited series or movie. Jovan Adifo in Watchmen. Titus Burgess in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Louis Gossett Jr. in Watchmen. Dylan McDermott in Hollywood, Jim Parsons in Hollywood, and of course our very own Black Manta or Dr. Manhattan himself, Yahya Abdul Mateen II.
That's what it is.
For Watchmen. Did I say that right?
I don't know.
Well,
no.
If I did, Yahya, please forgive me. Also, I want to play your son, Black Manta. And can you be a Black Manta Jr. and Aquaman 2, please? Let me know. All right, then also we have the guest actors as well too. So guest actress in drama series, Alex Liddell, The Handmaid's Tale, Laverne Cox, Orange is the New Black Show, JT, Cherry Jones, Succession, Felicia Rashad, Legend, This Is Us, Cicely Tyson, also a legend, How to Get Away with Murder, and Harriet Walters, Succession. Guest actor in the drama series, Jason Bateman, The Outsider. Ron Cephas-Jones, This Is Us. James Cromwell, Succession. Giancarlo Esposito, The Mandalorian. And Andrew Scott, Black Mirror, and Martin Short, The Morning Show. Guest actress in the comedy series, Angela Bassett, for Queen Mother from Black Panther, A Black Lady Sketch Show. Bette Midler, The Politician. Maya Rudolph, The Good Place. Maya Rudolph again for Saturday Night Live. Wanda Sykes, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge for Saturday Night Live. And then last guest actor in the comedy series, Adam Driver, Saturday Night Live. Luke Kirby, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Eddie Murphy, Saturday Night Live. Dave Patel, Modern Love. Brad Pitt, Saturday Night Live. And Fred Willard, Modern Family. Those are all the major nominations. I'm sorry I took so long with that, but I just had to get that out there because there were some really good actors got nominated this year. I'm rooting for everybody black, as you guys know. I said on my Twitter, but of course, Mark Ruffalo and Jennifer Aniston. I'm also rooting for y'all too, just to let y'all know.
It's interesting because you said one nomination in there. Darren caught it. I'm nominated. Did you hear that? I'm nominated.
Anyways.
It'll be my second win. So
now we're talking.
I will promote and plug ECA in my speech. So
well, we better be there. That's all that I know of.
Maybe. I only have a limited amount of passes that I can give out.
well, you don't have many
right,
friends and family.
What?
I said you got me right.
We'll see.
I'll buy you Sonic.
Remember, hashtag stop JT abuse, and then I'll send you to the Emmys.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
Of all those names listed, is there anybody? I have one I want to get out real quick. Is there anybody you think just they must win? And for me, it's going to be Regina King in Watchmen. First off, she deserves every role in the world. She's just so fantastic.
See, some of these categories this year are just so hard to root for because there are two people in some of the categories that I want to see win. Because, like you said, you have Regina King in the limited actress category. And then you also have Kerry Washington in that category as well, too, and Little Fires Everywhere. So it's just oh, my God, who do I have to root for? And then, of course, with the lead actress in the drama, because you have Jennifer Aniston and Zendaya, those are both real good choices, too.
I'd like to see Zendaya win. I really would. She deserves it, but I mean, Jennifer Aniston is Jennifer Aniston.
But that whole category is
stacked. Yeah.
That's a pretty good category right there. Yeah. And even the category Mark Ruffalo is in right now because I'm watching Hollywood right now, and Jeremy Pope is killing it on that show. So I was just that's going to be a hard choice to whoever they choose because it's I want to root for Jeremy Pope and I want to root for Mark Ruffalo, but who is going to win this year? Oh, and I also was going to say too, there's only, of course, there are people who complain about some of their favorite actors and actresses not getting nominated, and these are just two people that come to mind. First is Rhys Witherspoon. I thought she was going to get nominated at least once because she's been in 3 big things this past year with Little Fires Everywhere, Big Little Lies, and The Morning Show. Thought she would get nominated, and I thought they were at least going to nominate Chris Evans.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was going to say that's probably one of my favorite roles he has done today, and possibly the best role that he has done, or the best actor role that he has done today, in my opinion. So, kind of a little bummed that those two didn't get nominated.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But what else do we got?
JT, I'm gonna hand it off to you because we're going to go off a little. We're going to give a little recap for Comic-Con this past weekend.
Oh, are we?
Are we?
So, as many of you guys saw, I was doing some live tweeting of some of the Comic-Con that was being held. I did a Twitter live. We had a few followers. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to see, just wanted to get my reaction out of it. But I did watch Marvel 616. It is going to be a Disney Plus series It'll be 8 episodes long. I want to say each episode is going to be 45 to an hour long. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But basically what it is it's going to dive into Marvel's history. You know, Marvel's been around for what, 80 something years. So it's going to talk about some of the, like, it's going to be, it definitely is going to be talk about women empowerment in Marvel and how many women actually write these characters, which surprisingly is a ton. So it's going to dive into those. It's also going to, Paul Scheer, if you don't know him, he's a director of one of the episodes, and he is actually in a comic. Fun fact, did not know this, but he is in a comic. He also is in the comedy TV show The League, which is based off fantasy football. But his episode talks about like the B list or the C, D, E, F, G Marvel characters. I know.
I'm glad you know your ABCs.
I do. And
him at least.
and he's gonna go back and he's gonna talk about characters that like we have never heard of. Like there was one that he talked about. I can't remember. I think it's called Typeface. I want to say that's the character's name. And basically what it is it's kind of like an Eddie Brock story where he gets fired from his job and he goes around and he has a giant A on his face that is in typewriter font, and he like throws letters at people.
Watch out.
Yes. And then he talks about, I want to say it's called Mad Cow, the character Mad Cow. And
I remember hearing that name a few times.
It's basically a Marvel character who gets bitten by a radioactive cow. I wish I was kidding, but I am not.
I thought you said, I wish that was me that got bitten by a radioactive cow.
No. I wish.
I was like, what can you do with that?
I wish I was kidding, but no. So a lot of these, it only really teased 2 of the episodes that we're getting, but those were the 2 that they said, and I'm really excited about it, honestly, because if you're a huge Marvel fan, which everyone knows I am, it just dives, it goes all the way back into Marvel's history. You'll hear a lot of names that you've never heard about. You'll read a lot of, or you'll see a lot of like writers that you've never heard of. It's definitely interesting. I would recommend it. But after that, I was able to watch the New Mutants panel, which I was hoping for something, and I did get it. But before that, basically what they did was they introduced the cast. Of course, you got all of your, everyone who's playing all the characters and stuff. And then they said it was funny because the guys were, they were messaging me, and they were like, "Hey, who's logging into our Twitter or whatever?" And I was entering to win a free poster. The New Mutants Twitter account actually tweeted me and said, "Hey, would you like a free poster?" And I was like, "Yes, I would. Let me enter myself." I didn't win, unfortunately. So thanks a lot, New Mutants. But it kind of is interesting because the cast was saying how much this role that they're playing in these characters, like Sunspot and Wolfsbane and Magic, they all had to like literally like dig out a dark side of themselves, like as a person, to play these characters, because it's and what they said is like the darkest Marvel kind of film adaptation that they've seen so far. And so in a lot of these characters, yes, some have played in Stranger Things, but a lot of these characters have never played in like a superhero kind of esque movie. So they've never had to go through the the ins and outs of what it's like to be, to get in shape for this movie. Now, the actor who plays Sunspot, I cannot remember his name to save my life, but he actually mentioned in the panel that one day they were filming a scene where he's in the pool, and he said to get his body to look like he was really buff, he didn't drink water the entire set. I mean, he did not drink any water. Now, granted, he looked buff. He looked jacked, but he also passed out on set twice. So I don't know why he did that, but like it's interesting to see. And then of course the final kind of bit of news is we saw the first 2 minutes of the movie. Like we mentioned earlier, goodness, the first 2 minutes are so fast paced. It is. It's like you blink and you're missing something. And then they showed a little bit of the trailer, and I want it. Like I just want. I really like the trailer. I really like the spots that they showed. One spot in particular they showed where, as we know, Magic is Colossus' sister, and she has the ability to go into limbo, which is another reality, and she has the ability to go back and forth in limbo. And there's this one scene where she's fighting off these guys who have no face but like really sharp teeth, and she jumps from the portal in limbo, like out of limbo, with her sword, and she slices one of the guys, turns around, stabs the other one. I mean, just that scene alone, I was like, "Yo, whoa, where was this when you were teasing the trailer?" Like, this is amazing. So overall, it made me want the movie even more. I don't know.
Watch it tonight. I'm ready for it.
Dude, you're gonna have to.
So that's the first 2 minutes, or is that just 2 minutes taken out from the movie?
Now they showed the first 2 minutes of the movie, and then after the first 2 minutes, they cut, and then they showed more clips.
Oh, okay.
So it seems like the villain of the movie. Again, this is from what I got. It seems like the villain of the movie is going to be a bear that they talk about the bear. They talk about Native Americans have these, a good bear and a bad bear. And it depends on how you want to, interpret that, like the good angel and the bad angel. But apparently, who is the main girl, the main character? What is her name?
Danny Moonstar.
Yes, Moonstar. Yes.
Yeah, because her powers are dealing with something like that, and she's Native American herself. So I was going to say her character is probably going to be the main focal point of this story too.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting because her powers basically have her where she can make like your worst fears come to life. So you'll see a lot of these characters' worst fears actually come and attack them and like be their main, like what they have to get over really. So it's really interesting. Some other ones that I caught glimpses of were the Boys season 2 kind of panel. Again, we've talked about that. Nothing much to say about that except for we're getting season 3. So that was cool. And then I kind of went back and what else did they talk about? I can't all remember exactly. If y'all watched anything, y'all go ahead and chime in with what y'all saw.
Yeah, I think you pretty much kind of like covered like all like the nerd and geek stuff that was coming from Comic-Con. I was gonna say like I kind of watched like some non-geek stuff. I was like watching a Family Guy panel. Because I know they're about to premiere. I think it's their 250th episode or something like that.
Crazy.
Pretty soon, and they're coming out with a new season 2. So I was watching that. And then going away from San Diego Comic-Con for a bit. They also had this another con that was going on this week, another virtual con called Justice Con. And that was mainly, revolved around the Snyder Cut Justice League that's going to come out next year on HBO Max. And so Justice Con was headlined by these 3 women. I cannot remember their names for the life of me, so forgive me. But they had guests such as Ray Porter, who is portraying Darkseid in the film. And he kind of teases about, what kind of role is Darkseid going to play. How he got the role, how was he approached. Just give it like a little bit of details of how he got his Ray Porter's backstory, and then also gave us a little teaser of what kind of role Darkseid will play in this movie. Also making an appearance was Ray Fisher, of course, who plays Cyborg. Just telling us about how excited he was now that the Snyder Cut is coming out, because with his character, Cyborg, he actually plays more of a central role in this film than kind of being sidelined, because Ray Fisher has said that Cyborg is basically the heart of this film. So it gets me even more excited to see, what kind of role is he going to play and how much will be elevated from the Whedon Cut of Justice League to the Snyder Cut of Justice League. And then, of course, Zack Snyder made an appearance himself. And the big news that was coming from it was that he released a 15-second teaser. It's a very, very small teaser. It just shows us, if you guys haven't seen, I'll kind of explain a bit. It just shows us first of Alfred kind of like working on the Batmobile, upgrading it, and then out of nowhere, here comes Superman in his all black suit, and that just got everybody, just like excited, screaming because we finally get to see the black suit that was originally supposed to be in a film, but it got cut out. But now we have Henry Cavill in his glory and the all black Superman suit. So that was pretty much it, the teaser clip. And I think that's just it of what we're going to get from teasers other than trailers. Because he said, like, that'll be, all the teasing for now until we actually get into, like, the marketing campaign for the movie, which will be, like, probably sometime in, like, January or February of next year. So that's, like, my little details coming from the Justice Con. What guys do you have from what other things you guys have coming from San Diego Comic-Con or Justice Con if you guys watch?
Trying to remember everything that happened.
yeah, I'm trying to remember the past couple of days what I watched.
Right, I was like, I should have been taking notes or something.
Because it was a lot different. I mean, as we know, COVID is a thing. It's a stupid thing, but it is a thing. And so, if you want, I want to say all the panels are still on YouTube. So it's not
they are.
You can literally go back and watch any panel that you want. So, granted, like all these panels kind of were uploaded at the same time. You can go back and watch what you missed. So what's really cool is I can go back and watch, like, I know the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. one, they had this with the science behind the technology and stuff like that. And it has the Gemma Simmons in it. So that's really cool to see, kind of what she has to say about it. Darren, they have a Lord of the Rings, like what's next for the Lord of the Rings panel. So, yeah, so it's really cool about what's going on with that kind of realm. They have the Mandalorian. We're talking about some of the gadgets that are used in the show and stuff. So just a bunch of like knick-knack little tiny things here and there. But like the big stuff, honestly, was New Mutants. I think New Mutants was one of the biggest like videos to come out because people want it. It's I truly believe they want it because it's a Marvel like adaptation. I don't think they want it because it's I think if it didn't have Marvel behind it, thank you, JT, that hit that sparked something. We saw the first trailer for Hulu's Hellstrom, which is not by Marvel, but it is a Marvel property. So I was texting Dom about this the other night. It looks interesting, like it really does. I just wish that they had Marvel property with it. It's only one season. And basically, what it is Hellstrom is, and they don't go by their name. So I don't think they do. Did you watch the trailer? Didn't you, Dom?
Mm-hmm. I can't remember much from it because it's been a few days since I watched it.
Yeah, it's been a few days since I watched it as well. But basically, Hellstrom is the son, I believe, of Satan. I want to say that's correct. But like it looks really dark. Again, it's only on Hulu. That's where you're going to find it. But again, Kevin Feige, who has taken over Marvel Studios or like television studios over Jeff Loeb, he cut out the Marvel logo into it. So it's literally just like a one-off show that deals with superpowers. But if you know Marvel history and you know your stuff, you know that Hellstrom is a Marvel property. So it's interesting. I want to see it, but I don't have a Hulu account, so I'm maybe borrowing someone's to watch it. So that's really about it, honestly, from my...
So basically, you're going to be bootlegging this.
Well,
no, I did not say that. I did not say that, no. Remember, like Frank said, we do not condone that, so...
That was what Dom said. Well, Frank said that, but Dom said that you're going to be bootlegging. So
Dom is wrong.
If anything happens...
Excuse me, I'm who?
Coming back to you, Dom.
But also, if you're interested, Wonder Woman, I have it right here. Wonder Woman is actually getting a new trailer dropping on August 12th. I don't know if that was announced at Comic-Con, but I just saw it and thought it was interesting. So we're also waiting for an Eternals trailer, so please drop that soon. Eternals, if you're listening.
Right.
New content, please.
We had a...
I want to say, too, I'm sorry, Frank, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say there's a Star Trek panel that was really good too. That did a lot of the Picard stuff and brought back a lot of the TNG guys and stuff like that. So it's one of those things where it's like, I always go to Star Trek conventions in San Francisco and stuff like that. And it's like, it's another thing that I'm kind of missing out right now. And so it was good to kind of see the cast there and itch that scratch, or scratch that itch. So it was good. Yeah.
I was going to say one of the cast members from Eternals, I think he kind of like accidentally gave us a look at the Eternals poster. If you guys go on his Instagram, let me find out which cast member it was. It was believe it was Don Lee. He had Instagram photo like of him and his trailer. I'm guessing I think it was like him thanking Marvel for this opportunity to play the superhero. And then in the photo on his like little desk or table, whatever, is like a little picture and it says Eternals, and then has like a few, shadow figures in the picture. So I'm guessing that's what the first Eternals poster will look like. Don't know if it's official or not, but he kind of like accidentally teased it. So we'll see something probably like the next few weeks.
I do want to say this before we end. I don't buy into these accidental leaks. Like, y'all remember when Mark Ruffalo accidentally leaked the audio from Ragnarok? Do y'all remember that? He was live, or he was like on FaceTime with somebody, and he was talking to whoever it was.
No, he was on Instagram Live.
That was it. Yeah. And then instead of ending it, which I think Mark Ruffalo is a smart man to end that thing. He just put it in his pocket and he watched like the first few minutes until someone was like, hey, like nudged him and was like, you're on Instagram Live still. And so he went in and stopped it. And he also, Tom Holland, he kind of revealed something for Spider-Man or Civil War or something like that. I don't buy into that. That's just really good marketing. Like you just pick two guys who look the part of someone who could spoil something and say, hey, this
You think that Mark Ruffalo thing was something he did on purpose?
Oh, absolutely. If someone said, hey, Dom, you're in this movie, but no one knows it. We're going to pay you X amount of money to accidentally forget to log off Instagram Live and then put it in your pocket for the first 2 minutes. Because it was literally like the first 2 minutes and then he stopped it. Like if he legit accidentally didn't do that, then like he would have kept recording. But like there's no way you could go on Instagram Live and not log out and then put it in your pocket.
Well, that was probably like an honest mistake that he did, because of course there's a whole bunch of things going on at that Thor Ragnarok premiere. I'm pretty sure he was just on Instagram Live, on the red carpet, just showing like the fans and whatnot. Yeah. And then he probably just forgot to like get it off, and then he just put it like straight in his pocket. And he said like a Disney executive came up to him and was like, turn your phone off. Like just basically like, you are on Instagram Live, you are spoiling this movie. I don't think that would be something he'd do on purpose. Like that's just stupid on his part.
Ruffalo and Holland are known for actually spoiling.
Right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they definitely are. But like spoiling a movie like that and on Instagram Live, that can't be something that you can do on purpose, though.
The one that's really funny is when he's in an interview with Don Cheadle, and they're talking about D23. He's like, I mean, if you go watch this movie, half of us die, and he goes, we all die, and then Don Cheadle's like, whoa, and he's like, I mean, half of us. Wait, did I say too much? And then he was like, is Barry going to get mad at me? And I was like, no.
I swear to God, if I was Don Cheadle, I would have been like,
I love Don Cheadle whenever he's with it. They always have them together with Mark Ruffalo, because Don Cheadle's like, his reaction, it's perfect, and it's kind of like, I'm watching kids here. It's so great. I love it. And then
they always have Don Cheadle and Mark Ruffalo together when they're doing interviews, and then they also have Tom Holland and Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah.
Oh, and
Cumberbatch, and it's just so funny because they asked Holland something, and Cumberbatch was like, let me take this question here for a second. It's just so funny.
As for the Ragnarok leak, here's my theory on it: is I don't think that Disney necessarily said, "Hey, go to leak it," but Mark Ruffalo is one of those kind of guys that's like stick it to the man. He's a big fan of doing that, so he would want to make sure, because he's out there trying to make sure he gets his own Hulk movie, but he can't. So now he's gonna do a Hulk series, that whole thing. So I bet he was like, "Oops, it was an accident." You know, yeah. I have a feeling that he did it on purpose, but not necessarily Disney told him to. But I definitely think there are some smart marketing executives that are out there like, hey, leaks sell better than trailers.
Oh, they
so
really, yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Exactly. Well, that'll do it, Darren. You want to go ahead and wrap it up for us?
Yeah, so we had, just a small announcement. So we started, JT and I started this thing for East Coast Avengers. It's Funko Friday, where, I think we all collect Pops except Christian, and Josh is a little slow on it right now. I think Dom is kind of just chilling. But we all collect Funko Pops, and every Friday, whoever gets something within the week, we'll post what we have, whether we went to Target or got it online. If we didn't buy anything within that week, we'll just take something from our collection and post that for our Funko Friday. But that's a new little mini series we've started for our social media pages like Twitter and Instagram. So we'll be posting that every Friday. And I think is it this Friday or is it it's next Friday we do our collections video, correct, JT?
I think it was this Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I think it might be, yeah, because it is, you're right. But those two videos will be out this Friday. But that about wraps it up for this episode.
We also have if you haven't checked it out, check out my vlog that I did. I went, it was a very boring one, but nonetheless, I went on an adventure to find some stuff. And also, Dom has an announcement before we end. Dom?
I was going to ask, you went to Comics and Collectibles, right?
I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a good video, though. It's a good video, so make sure you go watch it.
I watched that dinner.
But yeah, I actually have like a little small announcement myself. I actually have my second fan fiction is up on Archive of Our Own right now. I just posted it this past Friday. It's called The Vanguard and the Alpha Clan. So if you guys want to read it, make sure you read the first one first because it has a little bit of spoilers from the second one has a little bit of spoilers from the first one. You guys can check out my Twitter or my Instagram for the link. Just make sure you guys go read it if you guys are into fanfics, and hope you guys enjoy it.
Good stuff. Check it out.
Hashtag put JP in there. Okay.
Hashtag no. So anyways, with that'll be the end of our episode. Thank you, Frank from Geek Freaks Podcast for joining us tonight. We love having you on this podcast. We hope we can have you on again in the future. And do you want to give us your social media tags one more time?
Just search Geek Freaks. I don't know what they all are. Just look at the Geek Freaks and then find like I said, the colorful one. That's us.
Yes.
All right, and so just be on the lookout for more content from East Coast Avengers, as Darren and JT said they have something coming out pretty soon with their Funko collections. Mm-hmm. And just keep on tuning back to us for new episodes and new content. And with that, what'd you say, Darren?
Go check out Geek Freaks.
Yes, and of course, go check out Geek Freaks Podcast. And with that, ECA and Frank from Geek Freaks Podcast are signing out. See y'all.
Wear your mask.
Wear your mask.